What's going on, everyone? Back here with another FreeTrade Portfolio update. For the last 2 weeks, I haven't really invested anything into FreeTrade because I've been building up my trading 2-on-2 portfolio. So at the moment, I'm still building it, but I haven't forgotten about this. So I kind of want to get them both to around the same level and then see how it goes on from there. Obviously, I think for now, FreeTrade will probably be the secondary portfolio. It is great, but the fact that instant trades cost and the ISA isn't free is kind of like a game changer for me anyway. So, all right, so going into my portfolio, not much has really changed since the last update, but we'll just go through some key stocks. So BT, so since I started investing in this, it's slowly going up. As you can see, it's 184, which has got like an upward trend since the last month or two, so which is positive. I'm now only down 0.039%, which is good. Aviva kind of shot up massively at the start of September, but recently it started to fall down again. So obviously my gains has dropped quite a bit from like around 8 to 9% to 0.9%. So it's still positive, which is still good. Lloyd's is another one that has just dropped recently. I was up on this, but only briefly, and I'm down 2.14%. So I'm thinking if this hits around the 50... Wait, what? Okay, yeah, if this hits back on around the 51p mark, I think I'll start buying a few and just up my up my position on this. Barclays is doing good. It's at 149 a share, and I'm up. Well, my average price is 144, and I'm up 3.84%, which is good. So I'm not gonna potentially, if this drops to around 144, I might buy another 15 just to make it a nice round 100. Legal and General has a similar trend to Aviva. That's one thing I've noticed about this. It is up by 7.64%, which is still good. I think I just got it at a good price. So I won't be increasing my position on this for now. RBS is one that I'm kind of interested in. I feel like I should probably invest a little bit more into RBS, but I'm a bit hesitant right now. I'm not sure. I can't quite put my finger on it, but something's telling me like I probably shouldn't invest too much in this. Anyway, it's my average price is at £2, and the current price is 197, so I'm down 1.51%. So possibly tomorrow I might buy a few shares. As it's below my average price, I might buy just to bring my average cost down. Persimmon, this one I'm quite interested in actually. I'm waiting for it to get around the £19 mark before I invest any more money. I've got quite a good average price at £18.54, so I'm hoping to try and maintain that average price. So when this drops around the £19 mark, so as you can see, it did drop to 19.90, but I want it to be the lower end of 19, like. So yeah, I'm quite interested. This is quite a high dividend payer, so I think it's around 10 to 11%. Commercial property is also a good one that I think. With this one, it pays a monthly dividend, and I think my last dividend was 25p. I have 50 shares, so I'm tempted to increase my position in this. So if it drops below 110 or 109, I might increase it quite a bit. Barrett's has dropped massively again. So I think last week it was at 621, so it's dropped about 21p. Actually, no, it's dropped about 40 to 50p in the last week. This I've started buying a few shares on FreeTrade. Sorry, not FreeTrade. Trading 212, because I can just chuck in like a limit buy. So when it falls below a certain price, buy like X amount of shares. So that's good. So I've got, I think I've got a few more on that. I can't remember exactly how many I own on Trading 212, but I think it might be more than what I have on FreeTrade. Taylor Wimpey is another one that's suddenly just dropped. Is another good one. So with this, I have 31 shares at £1.50 as an average price. I'm down £1.32%. That's 61p. I think if this drops again to around 145, I'll probably increase my position on this. But yeah, the problem with this is, the problem I have with FreeTrade is a scenario like this. So I might check this around 12 o'clock and I'm like, 146, 145. That's quite a good price. Let me buy some more because it's below my average price. So I'd be like, yeah, that's quite good. Let me buy X amount. But then come to 4 o'clock. Where is it? So let's go. I can't get far. I can get 426. It's at 148. Oh, here we go. So that's the best I can get. It's about 148. And I'm like, it's quite a big difference if I'm going to do. But yeah, so essentially, that's why I kind of prefer trading 212. Let's have a look at Centrica's dropped massively. So I've got an average price at 74p and it's currently at 66p at closing today. So I think I will essentially buy a few more of these just to bring my average price down. I'll probably do this on Trading 212, to be honest. Again, just because I can buy it when it hits a certain price. I think I'm going to try and aim for 65p on this. GVC is absolutely smashing it for me. I'm up 38%, which is phenomenal. It's probably by far my best returning stock. I sadly only own 3 shares, which is shocking. So I've got 3 shares at an average price of £5.84. The current price is £8.08, which is phenomenal. It's one of those shares where you kind of wish you invested a lot more money into, but what can you do? S&P 500 paid a dividend, I think, the other week. I only got like 9p out of it, so for one share, which isn't too bad. I wasn't even expecting a dividend for this, to be honest. I have one share at £23.43 and it's up 2.01%. That's 47p, so I'm quite happy with that. British Land is one that I really want to increase my position on, but I find the current price is a bit much, considering I only paid $4.75 for 4 shares a few months ago. August, actually. Ford is one of those stocks that aren't doing great for me. I've got 2 shares at at average price of £7.78. So I'm hoping I can probably try and make my money back on this. And I'd probably move American stocks to trading 212 just because there's like no commission, well, no spot rate, to be honest. Trig, I probably Trig hasn't really changed much. It's been floating around the 126 to 128. SSE is quite an interesting one, to be honest, because I purchased them at £10.85, well, 1 share, and it's up 14.47%. That's £1.57, which is quite decent. I missed out on the dividend that got paid because I bought it on the day of X, that it went X, so missed out on that one. Glencore, I'm not really sure like what to do with this one. I find the mining stuff doesn't do that well. I am tempted to just average price this down. So I currently have 4 shares at average price of £2.59. Greencoat's doing all right. Landsec's all right. Hammerson, this is also doing really well, and it's one of those stocks similar to GVC that I wish I purchased a few more of. So Hammerson is a commercial REIT. I currently have 2 shares at an average price of £2.10. It's up 30.75%, and I'm at £1.29. Like obviously 30% sounds like, oh yeah, it's amazing, but then you realise I've only got 2, which is like nothing. That was kind of one of my risky stocks. I wasn't sure like if it was going to do well. I checked it on Simply Wall Street, and I was a bit hesitant with that downward trend. IB stock was a free share. I decided to keep it, and it's doing all right. So I got it at £2.10. Well, I paid nothing for it anyway, but the average price when it got transferred to me was £2.10, and it's up 9.71%. That's 20p, which is decent. These last 2 are like some of my riskier ones, and to be fair, it's not really going that well. I probably think this one's probably going to go into administration or bankruptcy. Well, it's the same thing, but yeah. This one, I pretty much don't have any hope in it, but a good thing it's only £6, so not too fussed about it. This one, I can never pronounce the name, something energy. This one, I'm hoping if it hits around $2, I'll end up just selling it, just getting rid of it. I've no interest in it. It's one of those ones that kind of hasn't changed, and I was like, yeah, let's give this a whirl. But for long term, I don't think I'm going to keep this. That's it for my FreeTrade portfolio. They have introduced a few new features, such as this. There's a little breakdown of some insights on your portfolio. So I have 99.9% in stocks, and then I've got 0.1% in cash, 0% in commodities, and 0% in bonds sectors. So for my FreeTrade portfolio, on FreeTrade, I have 50.9% of my overall portfolio is on finance. Then we've got 21.2% in telco, 13.9% in property, 6.7% in other, 3.9% in energy, 1.6% in entertainment, 0.9% in cars, I'd assume that's Ford, mining in 0.7%, and 0.2% in construction. That's it. That's my portfolio. Hope you like this video. If you're interested in trying FreeTrade, if you use one of my links below, you'll get a free share when you sign up. Hit the comments if you like this video, like it, subscribe to my video as well if you think it's worth watching, and leave a comment below if you want me to make another video on a different feature on FreeTrade or something else. Until next time, see ya.